What is level 3 hype train? Sub, gift, or use bits to get to the next level. It's at 80%. And I guess it puts a countdown clock on it, which is always a little tense. So we have some time before we get to level 3 hype train, whatever that is. You Twitch people know this better than I do. K Joyce 3300 has already asked, I think, the question of the evening: are we going to get any live talk tonight? Live golf talk tonight? No.
I really appreciate you.
I know you. I'm sure every P1 is completely live talked out, but I don't know. Does it not seem as big a story as to me? It's an interesting story.
I really appreciate
outside of golf. I'm not that into golf, but I do think it's interesting the way culture is changing, the way we have these politics coming into play here, the way that the Saudis were involved in a. If authorities are to be believed, involved in a very serious incident here in this country. All these guys that took the big stand that they weren't going to go over there, and then
I really appreciate
their own organization just says, we're partnering with them. Anyway, I'm not going to get into live talk. See, and I already started talking about it. What is that? Oh, level 3 complete.
I really
Something was happening while I was sitting here jabbering. You guys made whatever happen. Yeah, I'm just now seeing myself over there, and I just popped out of the shower before I ran over here and got on camera, and so I have zero product in my hair. So as it dries, it's probably only about, I don't know, 60% dry right now. It's going to start looking really crazy. All right, I'm looking over here. How many we got? 383. So we are only 17 people away from my goal. My goal every stream is to get 400 of you most faithful, loyal P1s and Twitch viewers to congregate here, and it's going to be hard to do tonight because I did not promote this until I tweeted about it like about 3 minutes ago or something like that. So those of you that have notifications turned on and set up to where you get a notification on your phone that, hey, I just went live on Twitch and you switched over here, I love you for that. Thank you for doing that. But I certainly didn't promote it very well or at all, maybe, on the radio station or on Twitter earlier today. So, Kim asked, how's the tortoise? And there's a couple tortoises you could mean. You could mean the one that the ticket talked about a ton, which was the one that Davey tortoise snapped and threw into the middle of White Rock Lake as a boat anchor, and then called up and taunted the owner of the tortoise, or maybe just publicly tweeted his bragging and his taunts. Or you could be talking about the bunker tortoise, which she is about 15 feet away from me right now. I always check and see where she is before I can get my mind settled to do a Twitch cast, to practice Twitchcraft with you guys. So she is already in her little hide, is what you call the little houses that you build for them, or things you construct for them to sleep inside of or get away from threats. And she's in this cute little hide that I made for her, sleeping. I can see her in there. So the tortoise is great. I fed her. I came over here earlier today and I fed her by hand, the most spoiled wild tortoise. I'm not quick enough to get my hand out of the way. She can nip it unintentionally, of course. She's so cute. Let's see. Put her on camera. I'd love to. She's asleep right now, and I always feel so bad anytime I have to move her or something, and she looks so disoriented and little sweet thing. She doesn't like to be flown through the air. freaks her out.
Really appreciate you.
Yeah, why did Davy throw the tortoise in the lake like skipping a rock? He did that. He kind of frisbeed it out there to the middle of White Rock. He said, I got 23 skips on it. Rock me. I've heard tortoises are like dolphins when it comes to Me Tooing. That's from Alex Yeager, 69. That is pretty much true. If you get some tortoises, you cannot house a male and a female together, or he just Harvey Weinsteins all the time. And it puts incredible stress on the female, and because she can't get away from him, and he can basically kill her by doing that to death, basically. So you can't do that. You have to have, it's really not a good idea to mix the genders that they were assigned at the vet's office at all, unless it's for breeding them. You also can't really house two males together. They will fight. The tortoises are basically kind of solitary creatures. Now, the one exception I've read about is you can house 3 females together. 2 females is kind of a bad idea. They can still, one can pick on the other one. But if you have 3 females in there, they tend to balance each other out, and they can get along well enough, from what I hear. I don't know why I'm talking about tortoise stuff. That's got to be as boring as Liv talked to you guys. I'm just now noticing, man, I got bags under me eyes. I haven't messed with the lighting here. Hold on. Let's see what I can do.
I really appreciate you.
Oh, no, I don't want to update this. I just want to make it brighter. Hold on. Whoa. There, that's brighter. Here we go. The Tortoise Whisperer. I would have never guessed in 3 billion years. How long is the Scientology contract? 1 billion? I would never guess in 1 billion years that I would become a tortoise person. That I would take care of a tortoise, that I would fret over a tortoise all the time, that I would spend so much money making little enclosures and doing carpentry work to build her habitats and things like that. But I have. I have a habit of getting animals from the wild and then taking care of them. I found my longtime dog, Jake, found him out wandering in the middle of the street. Let's see, 2 cats. 2 cats? I guess I've only found 2 cats. A parakeet. Loved that parakeet. And then now a tortoise. And then the tortoise, she just lives basically where I found her, over in the bunker area. But I had to secure the fence that runs out on the outside of this property. I'm sure that made everyone look at me weird, but you have to keep them from escaping, man. Let's see. Tortoise talk. No more tortoise talk. Has any tortoise person also been a past person? I'm not sure exactly what that means. Great Tortoise Ride of 1974. Don't understand that. You mean bought a house, not built. You mean bought a house, not built. For the tortoise? No, I built her some stuff. I built her an enclosure and then constructed a few hides out of found materials and things like that. Yeah, I'm building a wall for the tortoise, where she can't get out and other tortoises can't get in. I've set up a tortoise cam where I can view her remotely. You know, come to think of it, it is pretty creepy. Like the tortoise just wanted to live her life. And then all I've done is just wall her in, preventing her from living freely on the earth. Tortoise Talk 23.
I really appreciate.
Why not keep her in the LHO tub? That would be funny if I converted the LHO tub into a tortoise enclosure. That would be great. Norm's Andy Panda. Looking sexy, Gordo. Also, my male tortoise loves having 3 females. Lots of sexy time. Yeah, you gotta, nature has not quite caught up with our politics. We need to acknowledge that and be mad at nature for not keeping up with the latest in thought. But as you discover in the animal world, things are very offensive in the animal kingdom. That's why I thank God that we're not animals, that we are angels on earth. Muser Mall Walk mascot. She'd be a great Muser Mall Walk mascot. It'd be funny if we tried to follow her. That would be the slowest walk in human existence. Let's FaceTime Deucey. Get to it. Already? You guys are wanting to FaceTime Deucey? I've bored you that quickly? How many subscribers we got? I know LHO 420 gifted quite a few. You guys have been the beneficiaries of that. 527 viewers right now. Boom. Busted through our goal tonight already. Our goal, 400. So what's going on in the world? As you know, my life has been, I really am regretful that I missed last week. Last Thursday was a particularly busy day. I was unable to do the Hardline Rant Revival. And then I also missed this stream, so I missed talking to you guys on Thursday night. The short version of that is that I've got a family member that's in the hospital, and that has been taking up a lot of my time and energy, and dealing with that. And look, everybody's been there, right? Or a lot of people have. Certainly, when you get older and you have an older generation that you have to deal with, a lot of times, you guys have experienced hospitals. You know how draining it can be. So, yeah, and so I was unable to make it last Thursday. And I hate that. No, it's not a bear trap. It's fine. You guys are awesome for being here on with no notice tonight. Anyway, I'm so thankful for that. But yeah, maybe sometime I'll talk about it all. But Hippo Experience says his uncle's in the hospital for taint extension surgery. You know what? I think that's a sarcastic comment. I'm suspecting that's a sarcastic comment. What do you mean? It says, miss the original rant intro. Don't care for the rant revival song. What's the rant revival song? Oh, the one we did at the compound? But yet, when I'm on Rant Revival, we played the original rant song. So, I don't know what you're talking about. Call Rhett Miller. You know what? I would do that, but that reminds me, I probably ought to just have Rhett on sometime. He would be a great guest here on this Twitch. And as a matter of fact, we could even do a little bit of music together. I've been working on some music lately. I'll just call you Ava Jean. Great aunt passed away today. Hope you're well, and I know it's hard. Well, yeah, condolences on your aunt passing away. Now, I mean, great aunt. Great aunt means the aunt of your parents, right? I think I remember that correctly. And that's great aunt. So yeah, condolences. I don't know if you were close to her or not, but it sounds like you probably were. Game show. Yeah, the game show. Huey's been working so hard on that. I felt so bad that we've had to put off the game show for so many weeks now, but we are going to get to it. I promise you. That's my fault that we haven't been able to do it yet. Because the time where we had got everyone confirmed, my top tier contestants, the time that they could all do it was last week, and then I couldn't do it. So that's on me. But we're going to get to it. Promise you. It's going to be funny. It's a good concept, and you P1s are involved in it. I'll say that much. You are going to be an integral part of the game show. All right, let's look at some of the questions. I want to thank LHO 420 once again gifted a tier 1 sub to Chad T. Work, and LHO has gifted so many subs. It is like he's the VIP, MVP. He's the MVP of this Twitch community. Big Marv 93 gifting 2 tier 1 subs to the community. Gifted a total of 6, and so we want to welcome the Mall Texan and Greg 1310. Both of them now have subscriptions thanks to Big Marv 93. Okay. Let's see. What should we talk about here? Looking down here, 574 of you. That's nice. Let me adjust something here.
YouTube.com/@sportsgreek.
I will probably, let me go to this version. Okay. Favorite place to eat in Dallas? Favorite place to eat in Dallas? I have a lot of them. You know, for each different type of food, throw out a type of food and I'll tell you the restaurant that I like. Go ahead. Throw it out. Barbecue. Favorite barbecue place? I don't know that I have a favorite barbecue place that comes to mind immediately. I don't eat barbecue often enough. And that's sad because I do love barbecue. Mexican. You know, there used to be a place up by... there still is. As a matter of fact, they moved locations. It was up by where I went to high school in the Richardson, far north Dallas area, named Don Pepe's, a little mom and pop place called Don Pepe's. And they have the best Mexicalis, how do you pronounce it? I think it's Mexicalis enchiladas. Ooh, so good. Don Pepe's. If you're ever in way up in far north Dallas, you got to check it out. They moved locations. I've been to their new location a few times. Favorite pizza. I'm still kind of a Campese's person. Love Campese's. Alligator. The only place I know that serves alligator is, didn't Nate's up in Addison? They used to serve alligator bites. I remember that. Did I take that pregnancy test Jake suggested to see if that's why your hair is falling out? Yeah. My hair's not falling out anymore, but it did. It was the weirdest thing. It was like, I don't know when it was, a year ago, year and a half ago. There was like a 6-month period of time where I was just noticing all this hair in the drain after I took a shower. And I knew it was more than, having longer hair like I always have, you will see the hair that you lose. And I knew that it was like 5 times the amount that would just naturally come out of your hair. And that was really scary. And then it just stopped. So maybe I lost a pregnancy. It's a tough one, pal. But yeah, Jake did suggest that it could be because of pregnancy, because women oftentimes start losing their hair after they've given birth. And one of our great P1s, Courtney, I think confirmed that on Twitter. She said it freaked her out when all of a sudden she started losing hair. So I didn't know that. Are my allergies worse than usual this year? No, they have not been. So whatever you have, those aren't allergies. I've never done a keg stand in my life, so no, I will not do one at Summer Bash 2023, Big Marv 93. Can I explain the meaning behind the 700 Club? Of course, Pat Robertson died. He was one of the original televangelists, I guess, because that 700 Club, wasn't there something with PT involved in the name of it? The PT 700 Club? Am I imagining that? Why am I thinking PT all of a sudden? Anyway, but Pat Robertson died at the age of 93, I think. today. It was just announced. And he always, talked when he was smiling.
Appreciate you.
I don't know the name of it. I'm assuming it has. Yeah, Jim Baker was the PTL Club. Thank you, DFW Texan. That is correct. Jim Baker and his wife, Tammy Faye. I never saw that Tammy Faye movie or miniseries they did on her. Or maybe it was a documentary. I don't know. I want to watch that. The thing I remember most about Tammy Faye and Jim Baker, of course, I remember when Jim Baker had his big affair with Fawn Hall. Is that right? Was it Fawn Hall? Why is that name coming up? Or was she involved with a general? Some general somewhere and stuffed documents down her shorts. I can't remember. Or that was Gary Hart? Jessica Hahn. And wait, Jessica Hahn, didn't she end up with Sam Kinison or something? I don't know why all this is rattling around in my head. Like I've never thought about this since then. Was it Jessica Hahn? So yeah, I don't remember. What did my dad think of the 700 Club? I don't know. I don't remember asking him about that specifically. But I do remember we used to watch all those preachers together. When I was a little kid, I remember my dad always had Jerry Falwell on. And I don't think my father was a big fan of Jerry Falwell, but it was like the only preacher on TV when I was really little. And I just remember him being on and my dad watching him and that being on the TV when my dad was, I don't know, doing stuff. And I remember that woman doing sign language. That's what I remember most. It was a little oval down at the bottom of the screen, and she would be doing the sign language to Jerry Falwell's sermon. So that's the one I remember being on when I was a little kid. And then when I was in junior high school and high school, I know my dad and I used to get a kick out of watching Robert Tilton together and Gene Scott together, the two that we talked about this morning on the show. We used to watch those. My dad and my brother would watch too. And we got a copy of that flatulence tape that some disgruntled sound engineer made of Robert Tilton.
Really appreciate you.
I need to see if I can find that. I remember us laughing our heads off at that. Someone's made new ones of it now. But it was like, back in the day, I mean, you had to know someone and get a copy of a VHS, which were big video cassettes. So this is before streaming and all that. Most of you will remember VHSs, but there are some who don't. And you had to get this. It circulated underground. You had to have a friend of a friend to give you the copy of this tape, and you'd watch it. And someone on his crew went through and took all this Robert Tilton televangelist footage. And during his pauses, they would add sounds of him losing control of his body. And it was really funny. Good Lord, there's all these new ones. Where's the original one? Oh. Okay. Maybe this is it. Let me see if I can find it.
You need to send in $100 today. You need to do it. And you need to help me keep this message, help Jesus keep this message on the air. I had religion.
No, that's a newer one. I'm sorry. I would have come prepared. See, this is where co-hosts really help you out because they can talk while you're messing with the rest of this. Do I still own a VHS machine? I do. I have a few of them. I mean, they're not plugged up or anything, but I have a closet that has old AV equipment. And I've got to transfer some of my old VHS stuff because it's just going to waste right now. Like that stuff will degrade over time. And then it'll be unretrievable. Like I have old sketches that me and my brothers and sister, my brother and sister and I would do, we'd recreate movies and film, skits and things like that. And all of that is on VHS. and I haven't transferred it and digitized it. Yeah, see, I don't know which one. There's so many of them here. And I want the original one. And I don't know where to find it.
People, hallelujah!
You know what? It's so childish. We shouldn't watch it. I don't want to gross people out. Anyway, it's funny. So that's my take on the 700, on the meaning of the 700 Club, is an aborted attempt at watching Robert Tilton videos. That's what happens. Show us your typewriters, please. Man, I don't know how many I have here at the bunker, but I would say I've probably got about 50 over here. So how exciting is it to look at a typewriter? Not very. Anyone shocked that Gordon has a closet full of VCRs? It is a little weird. Yeah. Let's see. Let's call Kirby. So they're in Vegas right now. I didn't get a chance to listen to their show today, but I texted them saying, hey, listen, I'm going to try to get down there. I'm going to be in studio and everything. And they said, dude, we're in Vegas. So don't bother coming down to the studio. Let's see. Gordon, you should sing Man in Black at Summer Bash. What is Man in Black? Not Men in Black and not The Man in Black, but Man in Black. Rank the typewriters. Go. You know, that's hard to do. But among the top 5, I would put a Super 5 series Smith Corona from the 50s and 60s, late 50s, early 60s. I would put McMurtry's favorite, the Hermes 3000, or Hermes 3000, as typewriter people seem to call it. I'd put that in there. I think a good Olivetti Lettera 32, which is gone under so many different skins and guises, but the engine of that has been in so many different typewriters. It's great. Fantastic. Of the Olympias, now most people say an Olympia SM9, it was the greatest that manual typewriters ever got, and I completely disagree. Now, I think the Olympia SG1 and the Olympia SG3, big desktop machines, those are great. Matter of fact, I got one right back there that's my favorite desktop machine. So there you go. There's boring people with ranking a few of the greatest typewriters of all time. Am I a notary? No. Jason Emery Mitchell, I am not a notary. Best show coming to town this weekend. I have no idea. Is this weekend Duran Duran? I don't know. I just got offered some Duran Duran tickets by Chris's best friend, Kev Rach. So I think I may go see Duran Duran again. I've already seen them once when they were in Fort Worth, but I'm thinking of going again. Does this guy know how to party or what? I know. I'm an extremely boring individual. You know, my days of drinking and partying and womening and menning over. I'm all nice and calm these days. Do I remember almost making Amanda Peet fall in love with me? No, I do remember her being really personable with me, but I don't know that she almost fell in love with me. Let's see, Amanda Peet. Is it P-E-E-T? Oh, there it is.
Lie. All right.
Okay, let me see if I can get this to work.
The release of the latest epic disaster flick 2012. It's going to release this Friday. So who better to send to interview the stars of the film than our very own disaster, Gordon.
Whoa, that didn't look right.
Several days this week, all week long, we're going to get to see him interviewing in his own awkward style some of the cast.
Can you guys hear the?
So let's kick things off with Gordon's sit-down interview with
you can hear it, right?
Amanda Peet.
Los Angeles.
Finish your pancakes.
It seems to me that the
wow, could this be any lower def?
over.
Well, this is boring. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can find the other version of this. I think I did an edit that was just on my channel.
Awkward television.
Mm-hmm. God, maybe that's the only one I have. I swore I had a different one. Don't you guys love this? That someone distracted me with this? And now I'm having to waste your time by looking it up. We'll only watch like a minute of it. Yeah, that's what I thought it was on YouTube, but then I was looking at that one and I'm like, I don't think that's the one I remember. Like I thought I did another version of that was longer or had more funny stuff in it. Okay. Here we go. This has got to be it, right?
Okay.
I am really loopy.
All right, here we go. Okay, I've got to see if I have the original source material and see if I can find the high def versions of these, because this is going to drive me crazy too. Go to content.
Okay.
I am really loopy. I did have a hot chocolate.
That's it? But no medication or something insane?
Just hot chocolate with marshmallows.
All right, okay. As long as you're not on any kind of foreign substances. Not that I'm going to drug test. I'm not authorized to do that. All right,
Thank
ready.
God.
Gordon Keith here with another awkward television interview, this time with the beautiful and extremely great Amanda Peet.
This is going to be awkward?
On my end, it's always me. It's always me. I'm not trained to do this. I'm an intern, filling in at the last moment.
For real?
Kinda.
Not really.
I'm underpaid. Does that count?
You're hilarious.
Is $5 an hour underpaid? I don't know. I haven't really researched it.
It doesn't sound good.
Okay. Well, you're in the new film 2012. I'm assuming you already know that.
Man, I feel
I'm
awkward.
going to skip a few of these. How are you? Do you like cake? What's the capital of Arkansas? I don't know what I was thinking when I was
Is it
preparing
Little
for
Rock?
this interview.
It's not Little
That's
Rock,
correct.
is it? It is Little Rock, okay.
I might as well ask you, do you like cake?
I do.
Since you're going into irrelevant question
How,
answer.
how much do you make?
$5 an
You're
hour.
worth every penny.
Okay, the film 2012. It's very tense. My blurb for the movie was it's more tense than a Mackenzie Phillips memoir. I don't think they're going to use that, but so much of it was computer generated. So my question, first of all, is: have you seen the film? Because I mean, when you're acting, you're in front of green screens and stuff. Have you seen the finished product?
I have.
Uh-huh.
I'm still trying to get over your Mackenzie Phillips line.
What is that? Is that awkward?
It's great.
Did it
Did you
bring
read
up
the
an-
book?
Huh?
Did you read the book?
No, I couldn't. I just read the important parts. I'm not that strong of a reader. You know, that's why I support adult literacy, because I was a beneficiary of those programs.
Dude, get this guy a mic. What are you doing here? Seriously, what are you doing here?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm actually part of the wait staff here at the hotel. I just came in here.
Can you
Got
get me
my name
another
on the
hot
list.
chocolate then?
Okay, sitting across from my physique obviously would remind you of
I'm
working with
speechless.
Oliver Platt. Okay, so let's talk Oliver
Not
Platt.
so much, but okay.
Funny guy, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I just caught her when she had taken a benzo or something. She's in a very good mood there. She's very cute, isn't she? Like, she has riz. I think she is the one who has so much riz, as they say. Oh gosh, you guys are being sick. Come on. What's wrong with y'all? Yeah, so she enjoyed the interview. I'll say that. It seems like she enjoyed the interview. She wanted to just goof around. She didn't want me to ask about the movie. Every time I started asking about the movie, she was going back to some other, part of our conversation that was not about the movie. But it's kind of fun, right? I would start doing those again, but I don't know who I would do them for. Like, I don't know if there's you know what? I'm probably too old to do it. Like, no one wants to see some old guy, some old F interviewing people in movies. Of course, I'm not even sure movies are as relevant anymore. Who knows what's relevant anymore? Gwyneth Paltrow wanted a piece of Gordo too. I don't think so. Gwyneth Paltrow is one that... Didn't she only go for, like, really famous guys? I think. The Paltrow one is online somewhere.
Yes, incredibly
Hold
funny.
on, let me get
Ridiculous.
it. I'll get the screen off of Amanda Peet. I remember the Gwyneth Paltrow one. The main thing that I remember from that interview is that I think I looked really pale during it. Like I remember seeing it afterwards and going, if it's the one I'm thinking of, I really need to get a little sunshine because I'm not looking good. Like
Gordon Keith here with
looking sickly. Here's
Gordon Keith here with another awkward television interview, this time with the beautiful, charming, and intelligent Gwyneth Paltrow.
Wow.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for that
How are you doing?
introduction. I'm great.
That makes one of us.
Why? What's wrong?
You ever had shingles?
No, don't tell me.
Dropsy?
No.
Consumption?
You have all these things?
Rickets?
Mm-mm. Gout?
I only have half of them. Okay, so you're in this film Country Strong. I'm not telling you anything you don't know there.
Okay.
But now let me get this straight. God gives you incredible good looks, tremendous
Debatable.
acting talent, the voice of a siren, 2 beautiful children, and I'm the size of a log cabin. Can't hold down a job at a loading dock. Are you glad you're the beneficiary of such an unjust world?
That is so... Oh my God, you are hilarious.
Well, you are all those things, and you do have all those things.
Well, thanks.
You've been very blessed.
I agree, and I'm very grateful.
You're so, I don't know the adjective, paltrowrific. Would that be one? I don't know.
You just coined it.
Well, I've had a crush on you since I was 53, I think. And so I'm very intimidated to sit across from you. So be kind to me.
I will.
All right. Now, you made this film in Nashville. You eat a lot of fried foods?
Tons.
A lot of deep fried beef?
No, not beef. I don't like beef, but a lot of chicken.
Buckets of...
Look at her hair. Isn't her hair great? Like I want hair like that.
beer,
Buckets of beer.
that sort of thing.
Love it.
What about this film dragged you? Because you spend a lot of time with your family. You raise these kids.
I do.
It's very important to you.
Absolutely.
What is it about the film that drug you out of the playroom and into the well-defined arms of Tim McGraw?
Tim McGraw, no. I really love the story, and I love the idea of like taking on the challenge of becoming a musician and learning how to play guitar and learning how to sing country music, and I loved kind of the complexities of the relationships in it, and I just couldn't stop thinking about it after I first read it.
What is Tiny Gordo? What do you mean, Tiny Gordo? Can y'all not hear the audio on this?
Now, are you this thin in person? I mean,
You're sitting right there.
oh yeah, that's right. I didn't forget about that. My reality is a little bit skewed because I don't. You're very particular about your diet, aren't you?
No, I'm not, but I'm very particular about my exercise. So
Okay.
I eat whatever I want, but I have to exercise a lot.
Do you ever just say screw it and head to the gas station and load up on Funyuns and chocolate soldiers?
Sometimes.
You do?
Yeah.
What is it like when you go into a gas station? Do people recognize you in gas stations?
No, not really.
You've never filled up your own car, have you?
Of course I have.
You don't do your own transmission work.
No, I don't.
Now, you named at least some of your kids after fruit. What is your favorite fruit?
Apples.
Oh.
Of course.
I think that's my favorite question. Yeah, I was Tiny Gordon. Sorry, I noticed that my my microphone was turned down. I was saying how great a hair she has. I'm sure you could hear a little bit of me saying that. Yeah, how did she not get mad at me on some of this? You named at least some of your kids after fruit.
I really appreciate it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, she smelled like a candle when I was interviewing her. So,
Of course.
All right, I want to end with a poem, but I need your help, okay?
All right.
I need help on the last line. Gwyneth Paltrow, you are so pretty. I'm very sorry this interview was so...
Wonderful.
Doesn't rhyme with pretty. Well, you're great in this movie. You have a beautiful voice, and of course, you're an incredible actress. And I thank you for visiting me in my living room here today.
Thank you. You have a great house.
God bless. Gwyneth Paltrow. Go see her in Country Strong.
Yeah, she was cute, man. She's got Riz. So tired of the Riz word. Can we get over the Riz word? Whoa, look at me there. Look like I'm 20 years old there. What is this? This is, The Big Year. Yeah, this is the Steve Martin, Owen Wilson, Jack Black one. You know, this was a very controversial one for me. We're not going to watch this one. I'm done boring you guys with these videos, but I will tell you this. So back when I was doing these interviews, you know, there's obviously lots of movies to promote and lots of things going on. And I was working for WFAA at the time, which is the big ABC affiliate in Dallas-Fort Worth. So, you know, you get to interview big time, you know, movie people and celebs. But this particular one, this weekend, the weekend that I flew up to, I think this was done in New York City. It was, pretty sure. New York City, to interview Steve Martin and Jack Black and Owen Wilson. But at the same time, I had been invited to interview in Dallas the original guys from MST3K. So Joel Hodgson, Trace Ballou, not sure you say his name, Kevin Murphy, and those guys. Now, I can't tell you what a huge fan I was of the original MST3K. And I had to decide between interviewing those guys, childhood heroes of mine, or these three guys, which are, you know, obviously all of those guys are huge. Steve Martin, Owen Wilson, and Jack Black. And I chose to do the Steve Martin one because, you know, it's Steve Martin. And it was New York City. I love New York City. So I did that, and my buddy Jeff interviewed the MST3K guys, and I was like, you know what? I'll get an opportunity again to interview the MST3K guys. I'm going to seek them out at some point, and we're going to make it happen. And I never did. I never got a chance to talk to Joel Hodgson and the crew again. I hate that. But the Steve Martin one went really well, and it was cool getting to talk to Jack Black and Owen Wilson too. Everyone always told me I sounded like Owen Wilson, who's of course a Dallas guy too. So maybe we both have Dallas accents. I don't know. Just repeat to yourself, it's just a show. You should really just relax. Who's the most famous person I've interviewed? That's hard to say, because fame is so different now. It's hard to say, like, who's more famous, Julie Andrews or Steve Martin? Like, Julie Andrews in her day was incredibly famous. She was Mary Poppins, for God's sake, and The Sound of Music. But Steve Martin in the late 70s was about as big as you could get for a stand-up comedian, for sure, but also as a cultural figure. And I'm assuming you mean one-on-one, because like I asked a question of Paul McCartney at the Super Bowl press conference, and that was about the scariest thing ever, when Paul McCartney made eye contact with me and looked at me. And then I freaked out and couldn't even repeat the question that I just asked him when he asked me, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. You know. That one freaked me out, Paul McCartney. Have I met Morgan Freeman? Never have. Old K9 New Trick says, I heard fame was fleeting. It always is. Everything is fleeting. Nothing lasts. The source of your power now, what makes you feel strong and in your prime, it goes away. You lose your health. You lose your youth. Most people lose their money. So, Mike McDonald. I'd argue Will Ferrell is the most famous person I've interviewed. That from Zap Torque. Yeah, Will Ferrell, though. feral. I don't know. Oh yeah, get rid of the other screen and make yourself. Why? This version of me right here is much better looking than this current version of me. Look at this. My hair is all nice and well coiffed. I got this ridiculous beard and mustache. I actually look like I have a little sun on my face there. This is probably the same shirt I'm wearing. So that should be the same. Okay, I'll switch back. There. Back to sad older me. Leave younger version, please, says Jake. I know. It's pretty bad. I don't know what's happened to me. This is what happens when you don't get enough sleep every night and you wake up and you keep dairy farmer hours like we do on the morning show. Technically, George Bush is the most famous. Good point, Nathan. He is known worldwide, which how many of the other guys are really known worldwide? Maybe some of the athletes that we've talked to. Amanda Pete, I'm not going to read the rest of that comment. I'll keep this PG. Can I recite the Zode one more time before you sign off tonight? When did I do the Zode poem? Did I do that last time? Now I'm a little freaked out because I don't remember doing the Zode poem on the air. I've said the Zode poem in my personal life probably 1 billion times, but I didn't know that I've ever done it on the air. Then again, I've been on the air so much that I'm sure I've filled time by doing the Zode poem. Yeah, poem. I say poem very strangely. I know. Did I ever tell you the story about the young Zode who came to two signs at a fork in the road? And one said place 1 and the other said place 2, so the Zode had to make up his mind what to do. Well, the Zode scratched his head and his chin and his pants and said, now I'll be taking a chance. If I go to place 1, that place may be hot. So how do I know if I like it or not? On the other hand, though, I'd feel such a fool if I went to place 2 and found it too cool. On the other hand, though, place 1 may be too high. I may get some terrible earache and die. On the other hand, though, place 2 may be too low. I may get some terribly strange pain in my toe. Therefore, place 1 may be the best. And he started to go. And then he stopped. And he said, on the other hand, though, though, and for 36 hours and 1/2, that Zode made starts and made stops at the fork in the road, saying to himself, no, don't take a chance. You may not be right. And then he got an idea that was wonderfully bright. Play safe, cried the Zode. I'll play safe. I'm no dunce. I'll simply start off to both places at once. And so that's how the Zode, who wouldn't take a chance, got no place at all with a split in his pants. That's it. Written by Theodore Geisel. Stephen King. Yes, I forgot about that. I met Stephen King. But can you really say an author is the most famous person that you've met? I mean, like Stephen King, one of the most successful modern authors of all time, but I don't know that people would know. Heck, he was walking on the street and nobody else was even recognizing him. And he's pretty unique looking. So, anyway. I do great as an audio book reader. You know, I've thought about doing this, like, for my own purposes. That sounds vague. Because I hate getting an audiobook of an author that I like, and the author is not reading it. Let's say they've hired a voice actor or just a regular actor doing this, and they don't read it in the proper cadence, like the way that I hear it when I read that writer. And I think they mess up the writer's work because they don't. So I've thought about taking some works that I love and making audiobooks out of them and just putting them out. I guess you can't put them out for free, can you? As long as you're not monetizing it, Can you do an audio book recording and put it out publicly? I don't know. Anyway, but like, yeah, the Zode poem, to make an audio of that for posterity. How did I come up with the on-air name of Gordon Keith? I wish that was not my on-air name. I wish that I had chosen a better name than that to go by. I regret that a lot, as a matter of fact, that is the name that I go by. Let's see. Jubb reads 50 Shades of Grey. Wouldn't you love to have that whole thing on audiobook form? And like he couldn't change his voice or skip over uncomfortable parts. You could have Jubb actually reading the entirety of 50 Shades of Grey. Would love that. What would your Taylor Swift breakup song sound like? I don't know. Should I change my name to be less offensive? LHO 42069. Can you change your name? Is that allowed? Username? Yeah, you ought to change to something closer to your own name where I could give you proper credit for all the awesomeness that you've issued to the world. LHO 420. Totally different name. Totally different kind of name. All right, what are we talking about? I feel like I haven't even gotten to quality content that you deserve because you are the great, dedicated, loyal Twitch viewers who show up here on a Thursday night. And I appreciate that. And if you would like to subscribe, I don't know if you guys have been killed with commercials during this because I haven't monitored when it goes to commercial or not. But if you are a subscriber, you do not get bothered by commercials. At least you shouldn't. You should watch this commercial free. And I used to do the gag of whenever it went to a commercial and I knew there was in commercial that I would release secret inside info and make uncomfortable comments while we were in commercial. Unfortunately, now my throw it to go to bake button doesn't work anymore. But we need to get that. First concert, last concert, next concert. I've already said my next concert is probably going to be the Duran Duran show. Is that this weekend or next weekend? I don't know. First concert was Power Station. That's the first one I remember going to. With Michael DeBar filling in for Robert Palmer, who didn't go on tour with them. But I got to see Andy Taylor and John Taylor and the great Tony Thompson, drummer for Chic and drummer for the Power Station, play. And I saw them play in Jackson, Mississippi. That's the first one I remember. Best concert. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what the best concert I went to. You talking like arena-sized concert? Because there's some music shows like you go to and just incredible, like some Monty Montgomery. I saw Monty Montgomery at the Kessler with the late Don Winspear and Gary Cogill. Almost sounds like a Clarence story here. And that was just an incredible show. Monty is such an incredible guitar player. And seeing him at the Kessler just solo, it was just him and his guitar, was unbelievable. One of the best musical shows that I went to. And I talked with him afterwards, and he said that he would come on the ticket, and then I never followed up. I'm the worst person when it comes to follow-up. Anyway. Skip Bayless as an audio book reader. That's not a bad idea. Maybe we should do that on the ticket sometime. Books on tape with Skip Bayless and have him reading great works with his stupid Skip Bayless voice. Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by this son of York and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. What is that, Richard III? I can't really remember it. Jason Kidd. Yeah, Woody Allen reads Penthouse Letters. Man, these are great ideas. Keep them coming. This is awesome. Not your discontent, but my discontent. Oh, this is great. Jason Kidd reading Socks on Fox or whatever. That'd be great. Do the Zode poem in Woody Allen voice. I'm not going to kill you guys with that. That'd be funny, though. All right. What time is it? Oh, it's 8:38. So I really didn't have time to prep a whole bunch tonight, as you guys know, but I wanted to make a point to get over here and get on here with you guys and talk with you a little bit. As I mentioned, my life is really kind of crazy right now, but this was actually good for me to take a step away, spend a little time with you, do a little Zode poem, watch a little Amanda Pete and remind myself of how charming she is, and see Gwyneth and be reminded of the candle smell. Oh, Monty and Ducey, I forgot to call those guys. Should we call... Who should we call? Should we call Ducey and let him plug Whatchamadoodle, whatever that show is that he has with Sam? I don't know if I can get this working. You guys don't want to suffer through me trying to get something to work, do you? Yeah, I don't think that this is going to work, but hold on. Let me play some music. We got votes for Ducey and votes for Monty. Vote for Jub. I don't know. Yeah, this is not coming up over here. Huh. Hold on. This must be unplugged.
YouTube.com/@sportsgreek.
Ah, there it is. Okay. So who do we vote for? Dan McDowell, Sam Gannon featuring Mike Ducey, Monty, please, kind sir, Donnie, Junes, good Lord, look at the votes coming in, Rocco, Grego. Monty is waiting with a bit. I bet you're right. So maybe we should try Monty, and then if we have time, when I type in Monty Montgomery, the great guitarist, is going to come up. Yes, he's the first one. There it is. Okay, hold on. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Here we go. All right, hold on. Let me make you go live here.
Hello?
Hold on a second, Monty. There he is. Look at him. In all his glory.
Are you on Twitch right now?
We are. What are you doing?
Just watching a little hockey.
What's the blowtorch you got there?
Where?
The one that's right in front of you. I'm questioning your camera technique right now.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, your hand is kind of covering the camera.
Am I going a little old man on you?
Little old man, yeah.
Okay.
Let me look at look at some of these comments that we're getting here on Twitch. I don't know if you know this, Monty, but we're live on Twitch right now.
Okay, is this better?
And we have 550 people watching us.
Hey, hello to 549 of them.
Ah, okay. Oh, it actually dropped. We dropped down to 544. So
good. Probably scared of fire.
Okay, yes. So questions for Monty. What's the last book that Monty read? Interesting. Last book that Monty read.
A good question. Trying to think what my last assigned reading would have been in school.
Oh no, that came to us from Reed. We got another question here from Gordo's baby. How many teeth is Monty missing? Are you missing teeth?
I am. Chemotherapy tends to do that to you. Thank you. Watch out for that.
Devin Wayne asks, how are the new shoes?
Man, I like the shoes. I'm sure you saw this on Twitter, Gordon. But for the rest of your viewers who didn't, I ordered some sweet Nikes from actually Nike. And they didn't send me a shoe box. They just put my shoes in a brown box and shipped them. Did we not do shoe boxes anymore?
It's quite a rant. You want to repeat it?
Yeah, I actually signed up for a Rosetta Stone. I'm going to learn a new language. Maybe that'll make sense.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not going to read some of these.
Why not? Go for it.
Okay, well, Chon the Mexican Viking asked, would Monty be my sack race partner? And then adds, no offense.
Why would that be offensive? Do you think I'm like too busy or something?
I guess. I don't know why he's thinks that there may be a conflict there.
There's not a tooth requirement, is there, for sack racing? There wasn't when I used to do it.
Are they reserving shoe boxes for the fully legged?
Fully legged. That's a new way to put that.
Or
Maybe,
fully legged.
I was wondering why they asked me that when I was filling out my information. That makes sense now.
And you were purchasing online and they even asked that?
Uh-huh. Right. Trying to weed us amputees out.
Okay, here's a good one before we let you go, Monty. Brett J. Kratz asked for an update on your brother's car. We all followed that saga in which someone ran into your brother's car as it was parked out in front of your place, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He got it towed this morning. It took the insurance company a week to tow it away. But I've been driving in my neighborhood and through random streets around me to see if I can find the perp. Because the latest update I had, I think I said this on air but didn't put it on Twitter, was the person that hit him stole his license plate but left the Honda emblem that came off of their car. So I've been around trying to do a little detective work, which is basically just seeing if I find a messed up Honda.
Right.
But I have not found that yet. And even if I do find...
Big Dog Gaming says I would bang Flo. What does he mean by that?
Does that mean like a chick at the time of the month or what? Or is he talking about from Progressive? Is she on here too?
Somebody says that, we just go to a Transformers ad? I don't know. Are we in commercial? I don't know.
Good. I'm exclusive content.
Hey, you did bring the viewership up to 579. 579. So that's nice.
I hear leg cracks do that for you.
What?
So keep
I really appreciate you.
Just as many leg jokes as you can fire and you'll get to 1,000.
What's the story with leg jokes? Oh, I forgot. Okay. I see.
You remember now?
This is all making sense now to me.
Yeah, a while back.
Because, see, I don't see you as having any different number of legs than anybody else.
You view me as fully legged, right?
Why wouldn't I?
I really appreciate you.
I like to think that whenever you and I are hanging out, as we do, that you're sitting there hallucinating a full leg on me. And I appreciate that.
Yes, I always see a holographic leg on you. Always.
And I try to imagine that you're not carrying LHO's Garand or whatever on your back.
What?
I really appreciate you.
or whatever weapon it is. I'm not a gun guy. I
Okay.
don't know what he had.
I look forward to a day when we can all judge someone on the content of their character and not the number of legs that they don't have anymore.
Thank you.
That's a
'Cause when I
quote.
first
I'm not.
joined
That's not me saying that. I'm saying that's a famous quote.
I really appreciate
Was
you.
that Socrates? Or was that Faulkner?
Those are the two philosophers, you know,
It's usually one or the
Socrates
other.
and William Faulkner.
And Cray Tray.
All right, Monty. As much as I'd like to stand around here and, well, not stand, but you know what I'm saying.
I thought many years ago when I first joined this business, you know, I interned for Bob and Dan. I was just trying to get my foot in the door. I thought this is my way to get away from these jokes.
So that's how you lost it. The door.
Right. Yeah, getting into the studio.
It's a very heavy door.
Dan was upset that I didn't get the pepper he asked for.
Yeah.
So I had to sacrifice my right foot to keep interning.
I'm sorry he did that to you.
But hey, look where it got me. You know, I get to fill in on Memorial Day, and talk.
And the next Memorial Day.
Yeah, and do draft podcast.
I mean, it's all worked out.
Yeah, it's all great, Gordon. I'm loving it. Got a leg up competition. There's one for you.
I don't get it.
This is a hot take.
Oh, okay. Well, Monty, we love you. You always are entertaining. And I appreciate you, pal. I really appreciate you.
One day you'll call me and I'll actually be doing something. But we have not.
We have not hit that day.
Yeah, we have not.
Not even come
One
close
day
to
I'll
it.
have something better I'm doing.
All right, Monty. Stay hard.
I won't hang up this time so my phone number doesn't come across your screen.
Okay, yes. I will let you go. Hold on. Let me switch over to this camera. Oh, wait. And then transition. That's a studio term in this case. And
Where my hand gets bottom.
now people can hear you, but they can't see you. So if you'd like to say goodbye, you can.
I would just like to say, as one of my final.
Okay. That was Monty, Justin Montemayor, and we have reached the conclusion of our fine broadcast. Thank you guys for providing this nice little distraction for me this evening. It was fun to sit here and talk. It's fun to listen to Monty making jokes. He is, I don't need to tell you guys how funny Monty is. Nice, dry sense of humor, that guy. Thanks to all of you who joined us here. Monty pushed the numbers down to 519. That's okay, since we're wrapping up. Yeah, Reed getting a kick out of the three philosophers that Justin knows, which are Socrates, William Faulkner, and Cray Tray. Keep Monty in your prayers, please. Thanks to the people who are saying that they love me. A little love. That's what the world needs. More love. More love. And I love you guys. I'm proud of you. And I thank you for tuning in tonight. And I hope you have a great rest of the evening. And you guys have a great weekend. I hope that I do too. And I hope for peace in the world. In everybody's world. Everybody's world. For those of you who have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you are a Prime subscriber to Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch subscription, and I hope you use it on this very channel. We're going to have some big things coming up. We're going to have our big talk show, or game show, coming up here, if not next week, then the week after that. We have several special programs for you, and I hope you stick with us. 7:35 Thursday nights. That's when we do it. I love all of you. Great to see some of these very familiar names on here. It does make me feel better to talk to you guys. Thank you. I'm looking at them again. This is very nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You guys take care, and I will see you next time. I have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. For some reason, that just popped up. Oh, we got a hype train going here. Okay, yeah. 75%. What do I need to do to get to the next level? Oh, we're at level 1. We already got to level 3 before. So maybe it's not that big a deal. Oh, there we go.
I really appreciate
We just hit level 2. Thank you. All right. I'm going to stop wasting your time. I could go into the Zode poem read by Skip Bayless with the middle part being done by Jason Kidd, but I won't. Thank you guys. Love you. And let's all look for the awkward freeze frame since I'm not going to raid someone, and I always end it when I'm looking weird. So